Friends, you are welcome to the Temple of Isis in Clonigall Castle. I am Olivia Robertson, come to be your guide to the divine realm of Sirius, the stars of Isis and of Osiris. Our priesthood are assembled at the holy well within the temple. Each has a brow anointed with water to develop the third eye. You yourself may do likewise. Friend, you are hearing the sound of the sistrum, the most ancient musical instrument of all, the rattle of Isis and Hathor. This signifies that an important part of the ceremony is about to begin. The priestess Hierophant, who is rattling the sistrum, is a stately figure with long flowing hair, beneath a silver star crown. Her robes, as befitting the ceremony for Sirius, are white, with a silver star. Facing her is the priest Hierophant. He is a tall, dignified man, wearing a silver and white mitre, like unto Osiris, and his robes are white, and again he bears a silver stole. He is holding a staff of Osiris, the crook. She is holding a silver wand tipped with a star. The circle of the priesthood around them are likewise attired, and the voyagers, for we are voyagers on a magical journey, are wearing star circlets round their heads, and beautiful white, indigo, violet, and blue robes. And all the company are wearing star pectorals about their necks. They are invoking Isis and the goddess Nuit, Osiris, and the whole company pray that the goddess on this occasion may descend through the body of her daughter, the priestess, and give us the oracle. I invoke thee, our beloved mother, goddess of the stars, thou who art winged daughter of Nuit of the Milky Way, Isis, who holdeth the star Sirius in thy hand. Bring us once again the love we enjoyed when we were with thee and with those who were our kin. We seek our lost twin souls, separated from us by time and space. As you and your divine brother Osiris are one, may we be one with our own twins in divine reality. May the goddess Isis grant us her oracle. The woman speaks. My dear children, you long for that which you possess already. You are always in my heart. Feel my presence in every breeze, in the flowing of water, in sudden flashes of joy deep within your heart, which is an image of your immortal twin. Therefore, when I, as woman, sought for Osiris, my husband upon earth, yet he as God and twin brother was ever in my heart, are known to me as I mourned his loss. Learn from the stars, many a double, some solitary, and others shine in clusters. Yet all form a harmony of love that makes a rainbow network of color and sound throughout the cosmos. Seek, for seek you must, for ideal love. But in your restless quest, do not carelessly tread upon a beetle, for he is Cataract, who beareth the hidden sun. Pity the anguish of an animal caught in a trap. Anubis suffers in fox and god form of dog. Poison weeds, and you sear Osiris, god of vegetation. When you learn to recognize the divinity in all beings, your reward will be unexpected. You will find your own spiritual family, your lost twin, your very self. The arduous search, the suffering, the loneliness form part of the growth of a nobler humanity. To learn the task of a new humanity, turn to my divine brother Osiris. My daughter, I come to you as a light from behind you. Let the priests invoke the god Osiris. Face the god Osiris and receive his oracle. The priest, as commanded, steps forth and raises his staff. God Osiris, judge of the living and the dead, bearer of the crook that leadeth the flocks of souls you guard, and the flail that through experience winnows wheat from chaff. Be with us now in this time of our great extremity, when our earth itself is faced with destruction by our own folly. The whole company now gaze upon the entranced priest. We wonder, will we receive the oracle of the god? The goal is clear, the judgment imminent. Humanity was given the task of protecting and fostering the development of all species on earth. Instead of protecting, you have exploited the creatures entrusted to your care. What is the courage in killing wild animals with superior weapons? Some of you take pleasure in killing birds, and most of you devour the carcasses of beasts, birds, and fish, though your proper food is from grain, nuts, and herbs. I am the green Osiris. Through greed you have polluted the air and springs, rivers, and oceans, so you threaten all life on earth. I am the blue Osiris of air and water. You poison your very food with chemicals. I am Osiris of the grain, who dies at harvest, scatters grain over the earth, and I am the resurrection. I rise in the spring. Hearken well. The patience of the deities is not forever. We heed the suffering of earth's animals, birds, reptiles, and insects, the annihilation of whole species. We deplore the destruction of rain forests. There are those of you who are forming a new humanity, and who heed the divine voice, spread this message. Let humanity change its ways before it is too late. Know that I am Osiris the judge. I judge the fitness of humanity to reign upon the earth. It is a choice. Indeed, if it is a choice between mankind and the rest of nature, nature shall be preserved. The task of the new humanity will be to heal earth's injuries and restore nature in her beauty. I am Osiris of the inner voice of conscience. My heart is in Abydos, the dwelling place of love. As Isis and I are one, be you at one with nature. So shall you all shine forth like stars. The priesthood give thanks unto the goddess Isis and the god Osiris, and leave the priestess and priest to recover from Troy. They move now in procession to the high altar, between two pillars forming a triangle, and upon the high altar is the figure of Isis of 10,000 names. Upon her head the sun between the horns of the moon. The waters of Aquarius flow about her of the new age. The first priest addresses the company. Fellow voyagers who seek divine union through love, we assemble in our holy temple to travel in trance to the star Sirius, within the constellation Canis Major. Hearken to the words of Plutarch, who writes of Sirius in his treatise on Isis and Osiris. He identifies Oromasis, god of fire, with Osiris. Oromasis was born of the purest light, and being thrice increased, withdrew from the sun to as great a distance as there is between the sun and the earth, and adorned the heaven with planets and stars, among which he established one as guardian and guide to the others, Canis Major, the dog star. Here the priest makes the arrow sign of Sirius, the star. I invoke the god Osiris. May he bless our voyage to Sirius. Here he offers incense to the altar, whereon is the sigil of Isis and Osiris. The first priestess in her white robes and silver crown steps forth. The Magi taught that the sun behind the sun was Sirius. They knew it for twain long before astronomers learnt this. It was told in Finland long ago that the lovers Zulamith the bold and Salamith the fair were separated. To be together again, they toiled for 1,000 years to build a bridge between them. Thus they made the Milky Way. When they had completed their star bridge, they rushed straight into each other's arms and melted into one. So they became the brightest star in heaven's high arch that dwelt, great Sirius, the mighty sun, beneath Orion belt. The priestess here makes the sign of the Ankh with her wand. I invoke the goddess Isis, who did not rest from her search to find her brother, the god Osiris. Together they form the twin stars of Sirius, called Star of Isis. Here the priestess offers incense to the altar. The second priestess tells us, Aristophanes spoke of twin souls as told by Plato. humanity, through its sins, was divided into two halves who endlessly seek each other. Human nature was originally one, and we were whole. And the desire and pursuit of the whole is called love. Because of the wickedness of mankind, deity has dispersed us, and let no one oppose love. For if we are friends of Eros and his mother Aphrodite, we are at peace with the deities. So shall we find our own true love. If our loves were perfectly accomplished, and each one were returned to his or her primeval nature, and were to find his or her original true love, then our humanity would be happy. Now the first voyager speaks. We would seek our lost twin souls, and so divine union be attained. The first priestess speaks. Is this the desire of all? All speak. So mote it be. The second priestess anoints each brow with water with these words. May you attain ethereal being. Now the time has come for the procession to make its way to the secret grove of Isis Diana in the wilderness. So, to music, a procession makes its way out of the temple of Isis. Let us come with them. We follow them through an antechamber, a small temple to the goddess Lakshmi of India, and then we enter an outside chapel to the muses. Now beyond this is the night sky. We face the long yew walk. On our left, silhouetted against the starry sky, is a statue of Atalanta of Atlantis. We feel quickened excitement as we follow the procession, because this is the night of the eclipsed moon of early February. So therefore, unexpectedly, we can see the sky itself with the stars at the time of the dark moon. Before us, to the right, that is to the south, we see Taurus with its flaming red star, Aldebaran, eye of Taurus the bull. This is followed by the mighty giant Orion with his sword belt following, facing us. Behind him shines the brightest star of all, Sirius, that casts her own shadow. We make our way now to the east. We follow the procession as it crosses a terrace with a mighty deodar silhouetted against the sky. Now we look behind us to see the grey, massive shape of the castle itself. Behind its battlements and above are the northern constellations, the Great Bear and Cassiopeia, the W of Aquarius in the sky, sign of Aquarius, the coming aeon. Now we move past the deodar and see a long avenue of Florence Court yews that look rather like cypresses interspersed with azaleas. And here is a columned Greek belvedere, beautiful view, that in the daytime you can see Mount Leinster through it. Now the mountain is hidden in the dark sky. And we make our way as fast as we can, following the procession, until we hear the sound of music. to the entrance of the long 600-year-old you walk. It is like the long tunnel you face when you enter the astral world. We look right down it, and we know it faces the southwest. Now we make our procession in this direction because Sirius is of the south, the southern constellation. We hear the sound of music. Suddenly the procession turns to the left, and we enter the wilderness itself, a mysterious realm with Chinese ginkgo trees from every part of the world. Now we see the flickering flames of a fire. We feel excited. The procession wheels to the left, and we pass through two great cypresses which make a natural doorway. We have entered the grove of Diana. It is a mighty circle of cypresses, planted as a sacred grove. We form a circle within it, and in the center is flickering a fire. The priestess throws incense upon it, which mingles with the rising smoke, and we follow it with our eyes. We look right upwards, and the trees are so high that they make a pattern against the starry night. The first priestess speaks. Fellow voyagers, let us create a star shift in the ethereal realm, that we may make our trance voyage, for know that everything that is strongly visualized through the arts of magic in the ether comes to being. So may Isidus Navigium, Isis of ships, inspire us now to build Stella Maris, ship star of the sea of space. The first priestess speaks. Fellow voyagers, let us with dance create around us our ship. We call upon the Holy Land twins, the goddess Tefnut and the god Shu of the waters of space. Here she creates a circle with her magical wand round the cypress grove. The company now, in a graceful dance, form the deck of the Stella Maris in the inner plane of ether. Let us join them. The deck is well and truly laid. The priest speaks. Fellow voyagers, let us create the walls of Stella Maris through the blessing of Isis, Geb of the earth, and Nuit of the stars. Now in dance we create transparent walls about us, ornamented with 7 portholes. We have created the walls and marvel at them. Now the priestess speaks. Friends, let us create a shining dome over the Stella Maris, reaching above the tips of the cypresses. Let us invoke Hathor, sun and moon. Now we all begin to create a dome, standing on the tips of our feet and lifting our hands right up to our fingertips, and we make a beautiful dome, like unto the dome of the heavens. Lo, the dome is constructed, and the priest speaks. Friends, we cannot move without power. Let us invoke the dangerous god Set, that we may have power with the benign influence of Nephthys, his beloved wife and sister. Now, we create a column of fire, glowing red and orange. We dance this. This fire cannot burn. It gives strength and power. We make it by bending right down to the ground, through the earth and up with our hands to the sky, creating this column in the center of our ship. Brightly burns the flames in a twisted form, rising upwards. Our ship is completed, but a second voyager expresses the feelings of awe when he says, "Good fellow priests and priestesses and voyagers, we need surely a guide for so long and dangerous a journey." And the priest smiles and says, "Assuredly, and who better than the god Anubis, god of dogs, god of Canis Major. Lo, he comes." Now we all look towards the two cypresses of the entrance, dimly seen through the wall, and they become transparent and form a doorway, and a mighty figure, 8 foot high, comes through the doorway, jackal-headed, benign, protective, strong, the god Anubis. We all greet him with arms held upward. He greets us in return and signifies that our journey to the stars is to begin. The priestess speaks. "Friends, look upon the floor, watch." We look, and to our amazement, the ground itself, with its pine needles, begin to fall away as our ship rises, and we see the dim shapes of the cypresses move downwards. We rise more swiftly up into the sky, and we can look down upon the wilderness, and the castle itself disappears amidst trees, and we see the dim shape of the mountains vanish. We are entering deep space, and we look with grief back on our little earth with its polluted atmosphere, and determine to learn from Sirius how to cleanse it, for even its ether is contaminated. We reach to the white moon, now darkened to the earth's shadow, but that too shall be purified, and we pass it. And we pass Venus, clouded, and swift Mercury. Finally we reach the golden orb of the sun, which changes to her pure colour of white. And she blots out the portholes with her mightiness. But the sun's fire cannot burn us, for now we are attaining our astral bodies beyond the ethereal. And we pass even the mighty sun, and glowing constellations of many hues pass us. And the golden red column of fire pales into a pure light yellow. Friends, we have entered the astral realm of the goddess Aphrodite, and the gods around. The first priestess speaks. "Hearken to the story of the goddess, the god and the red-eyed beast. The mighty hunter Iran, whom some call Sahu and others Osiris, Tammuz, and Adonis, loved hunting beyond anything in life. He ignored winning, study, and religious practices, and aspired rather to be a hero, mightiest of the mighty. There was only one creature in the sky who defied him, the red-eyed beast of beasts, monarch of the sky. Few had ever seen the beast for sure, for some said he was a rampant white bull, many a bristling boar, and others swore he was a stag with silver horns. But all agreed that he had a baleful red eye that fixed his enemies rigid until he gored them to death with his sharp horns. Iran, in order to rule the sky, was obsessed with slaying this beast. He sought for him unceasingly. First beast speaks. Now it happened that the passionate goddess of love herself, whom some call Ishtar and others Isis, Astarte, and Aphrodite, fell in love with Iran and pursued him across the sky. But Iran cared for naught but to slay the beast, despite warnings of the goddess. Finally, it was the beast it was who found Iran, fixed him with his red eye, and gored him to death. Iran sank in a sea of his own blood into the western abyss. When the goddess saw this, she lamented the death of Iran, and sought his soul in the very abyss itself. There at last she found his dead body, and through her magical art brought him back to life. Iran rose from the depths in the eastern heavens as a god. He awaited the goddess, and when she also ascended, he gave her a ring of stars, the Pleiades. His sword was now transformed into a magical flute, and for her he created the music of the spheres. But know that foolhardy heroes still seek to kill the red-eyed beast, and buy him as slain. They can only be restored to life by the goddess of love. And the priestess speaks. Hear the hymn to Aphrodite of Sophocles. My children, love is more than love alone, for love has many a name. Aye, love is death. Love is a power eternal. 'Tis passion's heady wine, 'tis wailing anguish, 'tis frenzy at its starkest. Love hath all, strong purpose, utter peace, wild violence. It melts its way into the hearts of all that breathe on earth. What does not yield to love? It moves the plunging fishes of the deep, seizes the 4-foot creatures of the land, flutters its wings among the birds of the air. Nor beast, nor men escape, nor gods in heaven. Love masters Zeus himself. Love needs no spear, no sword blade to confound the wisest plans alike of God and the man. Behold, our ship has stopped. Anubis opens the door. See, beyond is a garden of pomegranates, hibiscus, and sycamores, watered by a fountain in which nymphs and tritons bathe. Here Eros, the winged one, and Psyche wander, arm in arm. Let us join them. Do we dare go through this doorway into the realm of the goddess and god of love? If you will come, I think we shall, for we cannot help ourselves. We follow, and in silence let us explore that glorious and mysterious place. We return now from the joyful realm of Aphrodite and Iran. The first priestess calls the company. Hello, fellow voyagers. We feel within us love irradiating our hearts. Because we love, we are happy, and because we are happy, we are good to others. Anubis closes the door as we have entered. We seated We are seated once more in our circle. The second priest speaks. Our ship now travels past Orion and approaches the constellation of Canis Major. Oh, wonder! We begin to hear the music of the stars. At first we only hear the flute of Orion. Now a harp is plucked. One by one, other musical instruments add to this harmony. We realize these notes come from the 7 stars of Canis Major and the host of smaller stars in their retinue. Leading them is the announcer, followed by the white Mersenne and Mulissen, the vanishing one. Among these stars behold the pale yellow Basin and Adara, a binary, one star pale orange and the other violet. There is the pale orange Forward, the bright single one, surrounded by a cloud of little stars, the 8. And El Adhara lends its pale red to this kaleidoscope of colour. Sovereign of all, shines the white Sirius. We enter the realm of Sothis and Anubis, where philia, spiritual friendship, may be found. The second priestess speaks. Our ship begins to slow down. In this sphere dwell those of the celestial company. All true friends find their spiritual family here, from whatever star they come. In a land of music, temples, stately trees, and a murmuring ocean is Aset Shemsu, retinue of Isis, dwelling with Mart of truth and Hathor of love. The laughter-loving Horus is the Sophist of spiritual life, and all 7 stars are protected by the encompassing aegis of Anubis, the dog star. Hearken to the prophetic words of the bard of Era, Aeon, who tells of the avatars of the coming Aeon of harmony. There was a divine companionship between the youth, Hugh, and the maiden Aoife, the companionship of those who know themselves from earth to heaven. And it was such a divine companionship they wished to create. Did they not, in the dances they taught, whether by music or motion or by some magic, make men and women so rapt and exalted in their imaginings that they became God and goddess to each other, and knew that they must cling to that in each other evermore? It was so heaven-making companionship they came to inspire. It is wonderful to go on forever under sun-rich, star-rich skies, ever falling deeper into the enchantment of the universe, and to know that there is no end to it, no end to the lovely things we discover in each other. Friends, inspired by the words of the bard of Aeon, let us prepare to leave the ship. The second priestess speaks. Friends, let us enter the sphere of Sophis and Anubis, there to find our own true spiritual family, of whatever culture, of whatever race, Egyptian, Chinese, Gaelic, African, or indeed of other planets and worlds, for all these families are one and yet original and distinctive as each one of us are. In silence, let us experience philia, divine friendship and comradeship. priest speaks. Fellow voyagers, our ship now follows the path of the arrow and flies directly to the heart of Canis Major, Sirius. As we approach it, we see through our portholes that it is in verity 2 stars. The first priestess speaks. We have entered the divine realm of the heavenly twins. Color and music are here in perfect accord and tell us mystery. Symbols reveal themselves in their divine truth. Hearken to the story of the heavenly twins. In Sirius, they are beautiful brother and sister deities with hairs black as space and bodies resplendent with white light. But they hear the lamentations upon earth from all beings, and from those especially who struggle to return to deity. So the twins themselves descend upon the earth, but upon the earth they are as dead, lying in trance, impenetrably concealed beneath shrouding veils. But to those who uncover their mystery, they shine forth as stars. In their realm are the twins Isis and Osiris, Ishtar and Tammuz, Astarte and Adonis, Maria, Emmanuel Jesus, Buddha, Yashodhara, and Krishna and Radha, all lovers united in divinity. Hearken to the sonnet addressed by Elizabeth Barrett to her lover and fellow poet Robert Browning. When our two souls stand up erect and strong, face to face, silent, drawing nigh and nigh, until the lengthening wings break into fire at either curved point. What bitter wrong can the earth do to us, that we should not long be here contented? Think, in mounting higher, the angels would press on us and aspire to drop some golden orb of perfect song into our dear deep silence. Let us stay rather on earth, beloved, where the unfit, contrarious moods of men recoil away, and isolate pure spirits, and permit a place to stand and love in for a day, with darkness and the death hour rounding it. Such divine love, agape, illumines all, dear friends. The priestess speaks. Let us therefore seek for this agape, divine love which unites all love, both of eros and philia, friendship, and bring it back to earth so we may find harmony. Behold, our ship rests. Anubis opens the door. He beckons to us. A mysterious white mist is all we can see beyond. Fellow voyagers, let us enter the realm of the heavenly twins, and like Isis and Osiris, find our true and other selves. Friend, let you and I follow our company into the realm of Isis and Osiris of Sirius. We hear, as at a distance, the voice of the priestess. Hard is it to withdraw from perfection. Dear companions, we may have had a glimpse of our twin souls, and so feel harmony of all. But we are called back, like the twins themselves, to our endangered earth, there to share all that we have gained with all beings thereon. Come, let us return to our spaceship, Stella Maris. And you, friends, let you and I come with the company. Anubis beckons to us. We enter the spaceship and are seated in a circle. Anubis closes the door. The first priestess speaks again. We feel silvery light of pure beauty illumine our whole body. It also warms our hearts. Truth and love are one in harmony, and our auras are filled with opal-coloured light. Alas, our ship begins to sink rapidly, but now we have the key, the anchor of love and truth. We may return. We see now the twin stars of Sirius retreat from us and become as one. We hear the music now of the spheres as we see the 7 stars, the celestial company of Sirius, Canis Major, protected by Anubis. Now we feel a song in our own hearts. We have found our own theme song, which every being has, that we may join the celestial music of the sphere. As our ship continues to sink, flying faster than light, we see the mighty form of Orion. And now we feel a friendly glow of love in our heart as our ship begins to glow again with the powerful colours of love, of red, of orange, of yellow. But now it blends with the music of the higher sphere. We have to leave the sphere of Aphrodite, goddess of love, and Orion, god of love, and we now sail past many coloured constellations. But now we see a little star in the distance. We approach it. We see its orb. It is our sun, and as it becomes greater and greater, we hail Ra. The sun itself now sails past us, and we see its encircling planets, and we greet them. We greet Mercury and Venus. And now we see the moon, no longer eclipsed, bright and shining, safe from Earth's stain, and Earth herself receives again the light of the full moon of February the 9th. Our ship now sinks down towards the brightly illumined part of the earth that joins the rays of Selene. And we see an island surrounded by an ocean. And we sink towards this and see 2 rivers and a lot of trees between it. And our ship finally descends into a grove of cypresses. We have returned. But now you and I feel everything seems slightly unreal. The ship descends and we see Anubis instructing the companions well and truly to disperse the ship in reverse order. So you and I watch the dawn as the ship is dispersed in reverse order through wand and staff and dark. Now as in a dream we watch the beautiful procession move through the wilderness and the long dark tunnel of the Yule Walk, facing the northeast now. It winds through a terrace and into the temple of Isis. We watch the figures of the priestesses and priests give thanks to the deity. We give thanks in our hearts to Isis and Osiris and Aphrodite and Iran. Come, it is time for us to return. We rise up through the castle, now like a grey mist, and we enter the night sky illumined by the moon. Now we can hardly see Iran in the bright moonlight. But friend, you are not in your time and place, you're in mine. Please come back to your own time and place. Yes, you are back. Feel your body. Now I'll make a sound to bring you back. And please clap your own hands and open your eyes. It's a good idea to drink a glass of water and not to go into traffic for about half an hour. And to bring you fully back, I'll give you sources. 5 great dialogues by Plato, translated Walter Black, New York. Greek poetry, translated by Lucas, Everyman. Le Comte de Gabalis, 17th century, the Abbé de Villars. The Avatars, which I strongly recommend, by A.E. Macmillan, about the avatars of the future. Goddesses of Chaldea, Syria, and Egypt, by my brother Durden Robertson of Cessara Publications. Star Names, Hinckley Allen, Dover. And we are in Clonigall Castle, Enniscorthy, South Island, and you're welcome to write to us at any time. May the blessings of Isis and Osiris of Sirius be with you now and evermore.